And we are live. Wednesday Night with Those Guys and Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. This is where we talk about, This is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are. And if you have been able to get out and fly your drones, please let me know if the weather's been nice for you. Have you been able to get out and fly your drone today? So what's going on there, Lawrence, on this wonderful Wednesday that we are here to be able to come and hang out with everyone here and chit-chat a little bit, share a little bit of this and a little bit of that?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's Wednesday. The sun is shining. It's a little nippy out, thus having a t-shirt on and a long sleeve. But it's okay. It's I'm doing all right. I have to replace an antenna on a drone. Other than that, things are good. Life is good. What's up with you? Hey, Dominic.
I mean, I'm just doing a few things. You know, I seem to run into all of the crazies out there in this world. And I had to go to the hospital because I had the muscle in my leg, stuff like that. It's a whole long story. But I run into all of the crazies. Leaving the hospital, I run into another crazy, and this guy asked me for directions. So I'm like, wow, dude, you way off from where you're going. And he starts hollering and screaming at me about if another person tells him that he's way off from where he's going. I'm like, calm down. Go. And then he proceeds to tell me he's not going that way. So I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. You have a nice day. I'm gonna go where I'm going because I know where I'm going. You can go where you're going. And then now he wants to fight. So I'm like, this guy is crazy. So some lady says to me, he did the same thing to me down the block. So I said, no. I said, no, he wants to fight.
Right.
So I put my stuff down, and he proceeds to walk across the street because now he don't want to fight no more.
Now he don't want to fight, right?
But yeah, I run into all of the crazies. But I know that last week we were, and I know people are still dealing with the effects of the hurricane. And I don't know, you're still in my prayers from my brothers and sisters out there that's dealing with this.
Yeah.
I saw some of the devastation and the things that people have to clean up and the repairs and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into the whole thing with FEMA and everything like that because that's another story and a half. But
True.
I hope that things could get back to some form of normal or normality or whatever you'd say it, as soon as possible.
Exactly.
I just, I pray for you, guys that were in the eye of that, the way of that storm, and as dealing with that. So,
Well, I'm guessing that it's slowly getting back to somewhat normal down there. Communications are going back online. I've spoken to a few people down there. Also, I had made an order before the hurricane, and they just finally printed a packing slip. So Get FPV they didn't go underwater. I guess they're slowly getting things back in order.
Hey,
and a few places. Stephen, what's good, man? How are you?
Steven,
At this wee hour of the night, wherever you may be in the world. Hope all is well. Well, we got another 2 minutes before we do roll call, so that'll be cool. We got a little bit of time. In places the drone could go not even the mules could get to some of the people. Yeah, it was kind of messed up out there. Hey, Barkley, what's good, man? How are you?
Hey, Barkley.
But the
Lawrence, Barkley is so old. He invented dust.
You didn't give me a chance to go, how old is he? You didn't give me a chance to go, how old is he?
That's all right.
7:30 flight in the morning. Okay, so
Okay.
he'll be getting up in a few hours.
Oh, so 7:30 flight.
Okay. As long as it's in the name of business and money, Buddha bless.
Wait.
Safe travels, though, Stephen, wherever you may be going in the world.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Stevie.
SJM. That's right. Tell them to hit the thumbs up when they come in. I do it automatically when I go to a stream, so I don't have to remember.
You wouldn't be headed this way, would you?
Hey, B Jack, morning. Where are you in the world that it's morning? Are you over in the Western Hemisphere? I know in Australia right now it's morning. Okay. What happened?
Barkley,
Herman, what is it like
crazy.
to witness the Big Bang creation of the universe? Oh, Stephen says visiting Santa Claus. He's up north then. Okay, that's what's up.
Okay, that's a little too cold for me.
Yeah, I'm good. The coldest I want to get is maybe to Finland, where I know they still have grass in some part of Finland. Been asleep for 4 days, food poisoning, and imminent death. Think I'm getting better now. Damn.
If you're awake now, yes.
Bro. I hope you feel better. Wow.
If you're awake, yes, you are getting better.
That's true. Hey, Philip and Philip Koshat says that he's at work, but he's listening. He had mentioned earlier. Arctic Circle, Stephen is at. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all right. Unless they have a heated environment wherever I go, it's 70 degrees or higher, I'm okay.
You said as long as they got a heated Arctic Circle?
Heated moving environment, because I've been on ski trips, Herman, and the only time I saw the snow was getting off the bus to go into the hotel, open the window to make a couple of snowballs, to have a snowball fight in the hallway, and when we were getting back on the bus to leave. Everybody went skiing and everything. I hung out in the hotel the whole freaking time.
Wow. You didn't go out.
So what's this about a new drone? There's a few new drones out.
Oh no, there's no new drones. Step away. These are not the drones you're looking for.
Yeah, but Steven, safe travels, man. Definitely. Bill, coast to coast.
Hey, Bill.
We let's do the roll call now.
What?
Okay. It's 11 after. We'll do the roll call real quick.
What?
And
wait, you're gonna do the roll call?
Yeah. We have to do it. That hummingbird is cool.
Okay.
Mr. Crowley.
So who do we have in the chat?
Okay. First we have Mr. Crowley and his drone.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Scott, Jackrabbit FPV. Then we have Barkley, 107 drones. Then keep going up the list. We have B-Max aerial visuals. Who else? So we were just talking with Steven of the Flyby guys. Did I see B-Mac? Oh, here's another one. I'm still going up the list. Philip Koshak, who's at work. Let's see. Still going up the list. SJM Drones and Media. Everybody's getting blown up. Did I say Scott? Jackrabbit. Did I? Okay, well, it's not. There's his explosion he was looking for. Don't forget takeoff, lift, and land, Eldon. Okay. Eldon, let's see. Dominic's here, Northside Hawk. Walk, lurking around. Waypoint is Waypoint New England. Waypoint New England. And hold on, we there it is. I knew his name. John Olson. I know John Olson always listens to the stream.
Oh, you got John Olson?
Yeah, we didn't get him.
Him now.
We didn't get him. He's the last person. Okay. And I think we got it. All right. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
So we do it up big here. You know,
everybody gets blown up.
Everybody gets a bump.
All right.
So let's go. You know,
Go ahead.
We couldn't get to it, but you know, last weekend was the excuse me, the Electrify EXPO here in New York. That was at the Nassau Coliseum.
Yes,
in Junkers. So the next Electrify EXPO is going to be in Austin, Texas on November 9th and 10th. Yeah.
Okay, so that's on when? November when?
November 9th and 10th was that at the Circuit of the Americas. Yeah, that's where it's going to be held at.
Okay.
So I don't actually know where that is. It's actually on the street is named after the venue.
All right.
Yeah, it's a boulevard. But you know, if you're in the area, check it out. It's not expensive. It's a $20 event. Like I said,
$20 to get in. You get
to check out all these electric vehicles. You get to try out some of these vehicles, the electric scooters, skateboards, everything. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of demos for you to check out. You were saying that, Lawrence?
No, that's exactly what you said. Hey, Jim's droning. How are you? You get to try e-bikes if you're considering buying an e-bike and you didn't know what type. They have e-cars, e-bikes, e-boards, skateboards, e-go-karts for the kids. It's a little mini go-kart track they have for the smaller kids that is perfectly safe. And there are a lot of events going on there. I wish I would have been able to go, but certain things dictate that I didn't.
Okay. Well, we had a few things busy. I was doing something, you was doing something, and
yeah, definitely. And that's usually how it is.
Colombia,
go ahead.
Colombia has gotten a lot better than they used to be.
You mentioned that. You told me. Yeah, that's right. You went to the Wagner Columbia game.
Yeah, I remember when Columbia sucked.
Right? Were they just wearing the uniforms to say they were a football team?
Yeah.
No, last year they won a few games too.
But I'm like, the Ivy Leagues, I'm like, them and Harvard are pretty good.
Well, e-scooters, he runs on LiPo now.
Who?
I don't know, something about scooters.
Oh. And you know what else is coming up, Lawrence? The Vegas drone meetup is coming up too, also the same weekend. But that one's going from the 8th to the 10th in November. And that's the first annual Vegas drone meetup. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Right.
They're going to have a few things there, you know, and a few venues for you to check out and fly.
Yeah, I think they mentioned something about over $5,000 in gifts and giveaways and prizes and things like that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good stuff going on there. And you heard about you heard about this nonsense, right? With Epic Games and Google. Well, Epic Games sued Google.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, good for their ass. And they actually won because they were ordered to pay, right? Or because they had see, the thing is, Epic Games makes these video games, and Google they kind of like monopolized, them and Apple monopolized these pay stores, the Play stores. So the pricing and stuff like that, with them getting a 30% commission on the games, they were just like inflating. That's like
shaking people upside down.
so Epic Games is like, nah, this is not cool. Let's take them to court. And I guess they took them to court and they won.
But really quick before you go on, if you can explain for the people who don't know who Epic Games are, if you've heard of the infamous game called Fortnite that millions of kids play around the world, they created Fortnite.
And Google made a killing off of that game from these practices.
And yeah. Go ahead. I just want
to. They actually lost a similar suit with Apple, but they actually have another suit. I think I heard coming with Apple on something that have to do with the same thing, because their practices with these Play stores are a little bit out of hand. I mean, I don't get involved with that too much, and I think it's more like the younger crowd that gets caught up in that. I'm not going to say them exclusively because I know you play games too. And
I do, and the big thing is I'm glad that Epic Games was suing Google, because like you said, the story goes on. If it's on a Samsung or Apple device, they have a monopoly over it. And what happened was Google and Apple said, if you want your games, Fortnite, FYI, to be on our service, you have to give us $30. So Epic Games, and I did my research, Epic Games went and said, well, we're not going to pay either of you your 30 or 40% that you want. We're going to start our own gaming store. And originally, Google Play had accepted Epic Games app. And now Google and Apple are blocking Epic Games from being on their site. So if you have a Google phone or an Apple phone, in order to find Epic Games, you have to find it outside of those two apps. But it can be done. And if you go on further in the story, it goes on to talk about how you can turn that feature off on your phone, so you can download Epic Games and play Fortnite on your phone and all of that stuff. But it's crazy because they have full control over it, Herman. When I say full control, dude, you're stopping someone that doesn't want to pay you your 30 or 40% from even creating their own game company, and you won't support that. That's a monopoly, sounds like to me.
Well, it is. And that's part of the reason for the suit.
Yeah, well, I wish them luck. I do wish them luck in this. It's even though you wanted to just make this like quick chit chat, I just wanted to point out something. Okay. Epic Games has a very valid point, because if Apple or Google or Samsung, Google will not allow them to sell their third-party app on their platform, that's a monopoly. Because what other services are there out? What other operating systems are there out there other than Apple and Google? If you're a computer geek, you know the answer to that, because then you have Linux, which is another operating system.
But that we're talking about on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. On your, at least here in the United States, you can go to Asia,
on phones and tablets.
Yes, no, right, in the United States, but you can go to places like Asia, and you're not subject to just Google and just Apple. There are other companies out there that, if FYI, are not here in the United States. I wonder why.
Who?
There are companies out there. Huawei, remember they used to sell their phones here? Huawei phones, the HUAYEI, whatever. They used to sell their phones here. there's a lot of companies that used to sell their phones here in the States. The United States said, you know what? Hey, Flying Flynn, I'm sorry.
Security risk?
Huh?
You're a security risk?
Yes. Oh, that's the new shit now?
Yeah.
I don't have to let you, sir, make money here. You're a security risk.
Right. You're a security risk. Bye-bye. Next caller.
But you see, Barkley says it's not a monopoly per se, right? Because there are two companies. If it was a monopoly, it would only be one. But a company can maintain being one easily, especially here in the States.
Hold on. You see the glasses industry?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You have to tell them this.
About 80 to 90% of the glasses are made by one company.
And we're talking eyeglasses.
They own, and watch this, the manufacturing. They are in on the eye care and the eyewear. So they own Sunglass Hut and all of those stores. And they own the manufacturing of the glasses. And the same practices like what we're talking about, they almost put Ray-Ban and them out of business. Because if you can't come down on the price to us, then we won't sell them in our stores.
Yep.
Now, what's your competition? Costco's and BJ's?
Yeah.
Because you own all of the other ones. I don't care whose name is on the damn thing. Right. And if you go into a mom and pop store that sells eyewear, that's their glasses in there.
Right.
And then all of the knockoff cheap shit that's on the street, who do you think makes those? Them.
Yeah. Yep.
So
100% right.
So when you get into the whole nitty gritty of it, it's on 60 Minutes. If you think I'm lying, go check it out on 60 Minutes. There's the whole thing, and it gets into the whole talking about monopoly. Yeah, you can be a monopoly and some other people are still doing what you do. But if everybody wants what you got, you're just putting your foot on everybody's neck. Walmart did the same thing the Rubbermaid. With the bins, the Rubbermaid bins. If you can't come down on the price, we're not selling them in our stores. They go to China and get some cheap knockoff joints.
Yep.
Cool, fine, we're selling bins. We don't care. The price is down.
And now Rubbermaid is no longer sold in Wally World. Just that simple.
So they all do it. Oakley's went through it with them, the glasses. They all go. So now to get back in good graces with them and to be sold in the store, you got to give them a percentage of your company.
Barkley says that's why I buy my glasses from Warby Parker.
What happened?
And that's why he buys his glasses from Warby Parker. It's a little expensive, but I see your point.
Okay.
Then on to the next.
Yeah, so just a food for thought.
Just a little chit chat. Yeah.
You know what? I wanted to tell you that you were mentioning something about a new drone, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because DJI. Hold on a second. DJI had a launch yesterday, right? Chase the View. Well, we will recap Chase the View after a word from our sponsors.
For drone news and tech talk, tune in every Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to Wednesday Night with those guys.
Yeah, them guys is real funny.
$99 for a pair. Okay. I thought they were a lot more expensive than that.
So yeah, Lawrence, Chase the View was yesterday, right? We all watched that launch of the Air 3S, the nice crispy video.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what? I watched that video and I sat here. I'm like, watch this. Between Monday and Wednesday night, we told everybody about all the specs. There was no need for them to.
Right. There was nothing to see.
There was no need for them to even have the video. We mentioned everything that was going on in it, right?
between Jasper.
Yeah, between what came from Jasper and what came from Igor from Quadro News. So what is it? The DJI Air 3S features as we all knew, was a dual camera system, right? So we got there's a new Sony I believe it's a Sony sensor, but it's a CMOS sensor that's in the dual camera, and they have the 1/1 thirds also in that for the focus, but this on the 1-inch is for the wide angle lens, and it shoots 4K 60. Now there is some things that really stand out about this thing for me. This new obstacle avoidance, you can see in almost pitch black areas with this new obstacle avoidance.
You can see at night.
Yeah. So I remember I told you sensors do work at night, but it's about the processor. So now I'm wondering what DJI did now. They did some little funky stuff inside there. And
they did. You know why? Why I agree with you?
With the new LiDAR portion.
Right, but that's why I agree with you, because they've tied in the LiDAR with the original bubble sensors that are on our drones now. And at one time where they claimed those sensors could not see at night, they can. And I'll prove my point, Armin. I'll prove my point to you. Because it's an inverted screen, during the day, what's light is dark and what's dark is light. And at night, what's dark is light and what's light is dark. And I've tested it on the Mavic 3 Classic. If you put it in that map mode where you can see the cameras, you can see through those sensors at night. It's not going to stop you, but you can still see through them.
Once again, it's all about the processing power. And that's what, I had this argument with a moron that I know in the drone community a couple of years ago about this, and it's like, it's not about what and it's really not about so much the processor, it's about what the market could bear for those features at the time. You understand with this?
Yeah.
Like yesterday's, and I use this as an example. The Honda Accord. Well, yesterday's Honda Accord is today's Honda Civic.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
The horsepower and the technology just bumps down as the years increase. The car behind you gets that old horsepower. You just keep going up, and they keep. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Basically the same thing. So like those features of the with the sensors, the sensors, the ones on your car work, right? At night.
True. They serve their purpose.
And all of these things, we everybody complained about pricing and stuff like that, but we always stress that when I first got into the game, to get into the game, you had to have 15. So guys waited till the prices came down. As other drones came out, guys bought the drones that were around still, because DJI used to keep their drones selling. Like the Phantom 3 Standard sold for a long time.
Agreed. You see what Eldon put? If you don't own the Air 3, it's exciting.
Yes and no, because I think there's a lot of other things that's coming along with this. And we were talking about this, not only with that, with the next gen return to home, where this drone can actually return home when you practically have no signal. And then he said, what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of things going on, because remember, your drone loses video signal and returns to home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Return to home triggers when you lose video signal.
First, which is usually what goes first, video signal. And now there have been times where you've lost, people have ignored the radio signal and gone between obstacles. We've seen it, Herman, with older base drones. I'm going to fly between those two buildings. Herman goes, "You're going to lose signal." He goes, "No, I'm not. I do it all the time." He went between the two buildings, lost signal. You remember that, right?
See, but once again, I think that that's still more so video, and the reason why I say that is because I watched the footage of when I lost the Phantom 4 Pro video signal.
Yeah.
Over on down by Franklin Street.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you look at the footage, because I couldn't see it because I lost video signal, the drone turns twice. Why? Because I'm moving the drone. Why?
Right.
I can't see the drone.
Right. You're wondering,
but
right?
I still have control.
You still had control, yes. Yes.
But I don't have video signal. And the drone took over and went in to return to home and went up over the building. And it actually went up to 400 feet and realized that it still hadn't gone over the building.
Eldon's right. Right now, the key selling point is the LiDAR on it. But I was mentioning to Herman earlier.
The obstacle avoidance.
Right. The LiDAR helps the obstacle avoidance. And because LiDAR doesn't need light, it can see at night. Now, what I mean by they've combined the LiDAR with the bubble sensors that they already have. At one time, if you tried to fly at dusk or golden hour, it would tell you your sensors
are not, they don't work.
They are not working. Now you will not get that. You probably won't get that problem.
Right, because it can see in almost darkness, because it doesn't need to have that ambient light to be able to see.
Right. BMAX says, I don't own the Air 3. I'm comparing the Air 3S to the Air 2S. While the Air 3S has a ton more features, the 1-inch camera falls short of the quality of the Air 2S. And now we're going to talk beef. We're going to talk beef because this is one of the cons. That's one of the cons that I have, other than, and I mentioned it to you, and I was talking with Anthony Charles, you know him, Invincible Storm, on Facebook back and forth, and he had posted something saying who's going to get it. And at first I was really into it, but he brought up something that me as a photographer and a drone pilot that's been flying for 8 years now had something that's very important to us, Herman.
I'm listening because I don't understand how that makes a difference to you. But go ahead.
A non-functional aperture.
So why does that matter to you?
The non-functioning aperture?
Yes.
Because I've flown a Phantom 4. I've flown other drones with an aperture, and you get that much more detail and performance from the camera with a real aperture over a rolling aperture.
Right. I hear you, and I agree with everything that you said up until the point about why you weren't impressed with it. And here's why I say that, because I'm a guy that don't forget things. I don't forget a lot of things. You fly the hell out of that Air 2S. And that Air 2S camera is not superior to this camera. The Air 2S does not have an aperture.
An aperture, right? An aperture control.
You have fixed. It's fixed, and the Air series never had that. So when are you looking to find it?
Good point.
And you were happy with the Air 2S, and this camera is actually better than the Air 2S camera.
Yeah, you have a valid point there. 50 megapixel though is based on the quad Bayer technology. It introduces too much fuzz in low light conditions. Yes, it makes it look muddy.
Not necessarily.
It's the overclocking.
No. See, follow how pixels work. And this is why when guys be crying about 12 megapixels, I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Because you can do just fine with 12.
Okay, I believe that.
But guys be wanting so much more megapixels because they think they're going to get more colors out of it, they're going to get more light. No. The sensor is going to bear what the sensor can bear.
Right.
So when you start splitting and making pixels smaller, what's the point? You got great color out of the Phantom 4 Pro, right?
Yes.
All
Yes,
of
I was
these
looking at
cameras,
Phantom 4 Pro pictures today.
all of these cameras, and I've said this to you before, since that camera, every other thing that they have done with these cameras, they've gotten warmer and warmer and warmer and contrastier and contrastier and contrastier.
Yeah.
The picture behind you was taken with the Mavic 3 Classic.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
What
Yes, it
is
was.
wrong with that photo?
What's wrong with this photo? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Exactly.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. And
Exactly.
I didn't have to do much work to it either.
That's my point.
Okay.
So when guys start talking about this, that, and this is going to replace the Mavic 3 Classic and stuff like that, if you know how to work a camera and you know how to work a photo in post, there's nothing that you can't tell me you're going to do with that Air 3
That you can't do with the Air 2S.
ESSE.
I know.
That
You made a very valid point.
With working your camera. There's photographers out there that if you gave them that Air 3, the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Classic, micro four third sensor, they will work the shit out of that.
Eldon goes facts, Herman. B-Mac goes, I get 97 megabit
raw
photos. I get 97 megabit raw photos out of the Mini 4 Pro. Unless I run it through Lightroom and Topaz, it's about as good as a 12 megapixel photo. There, I said it. You're right. You're right. It comes down to post editing and the cameraman.
What are you doing?
If I had a Phantom 4 Pro now, Herman, if I had my old Phantom 4 Pro now, like you still have yours, I could take that out and take some pictures and you wouldn't know what freaking drone I shot it with.
Okay.
Correct?
True. Well, see, here's the thing. The coolness of the Phantom camera, you would have to start playing a lot with those cameras to start getting it cooler, to get the photo.
Yeah. But you are right. I have noticed that cameras are getting warm, really warm. Really, compared to the Phantom 4 Pro.
And the smaller the sensor, the more contrast.
Yeah. But
just make it black. Just darken the blacks. You're all right.
Right. Make sure you guys click the like button because I'm sure you guys have seen Billy Kyle's video. And the one thing that stood out to me about Billy Kyle's video is and this is what I was looking for in the 3S for the night vision, the night mode to be better or to be a night mode 2.0. It's the same night mode that's on the Mavic 3 Classic.
Okay.
It's the same. So what like the work that you see me do with my Classic, this 3S is doing the same exact. There's no enhancement to it. And a lot of it has to do with that aperture.
Now, once again, because you have a camera that has a larger sensor, you have the ability to play.
True.
One of the things that I think is crazy is that they increased the video transmission and the 45-minute flight time. They've also optimized the Active Track 360, right?
Yes.
But we talked about this, and I think it's like a running joke in the community of drone pilots that how many times have you forgotten to put your SD card in the drone?
Yes.
And most of these drones have crap polar
for storage. You're right.
Crap when it comes to storage. So now with 42 gigabytes of storage, you got a damn SD card in there. You know what I mean? You don't even need your SD card.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, but for security purposes, I'd rather have a card I could take out.
Well, if you have we have the laptop and stuff, you can shoot that off. I'm just saying to you, with
Hold on. There's
42.
no night mode in 4K 60 on the Air 3S. It's automatic up to 4K 30. That's a strong possibility, but they could probably fix that with firmware. I'm pretty sure they can adjust that. Barkley was saying, I hear there's no night mode in 4K 60, but it's automatic in 4K 30 on the telephoto lens. Yes.
Yeah, but you know what might be an issue too?
What's that?
If 4K 60 might be a little dark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 4K 60 might be a little dark at night.
Barkley says security. Where the heck do you fly? Hey, Barkley. As of late, I fly during the day at different sites. But every now and then you need security. You know what security is? Where you press a button and it goes shing. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Trust me. Those guys, Ariel, we've been in bear country. Wop, 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 wop. Yep, you already know. We've been in bear country. We've been in the concrete jungles of Manhattan. We are prepared for most situations.
I told Mike, I was like, yo, listen, we've been here talking for quite some time, and I don't know if you noticed, but I've seen stuff moving in the bushes over there.
Yeah, the guy
over there and over there. I'm just saying.
Right. You're standing there talking, and all of a sudden you see a bush go. And then it doesn't move no more. Then you see in another direction and somewhere else the same type of movement. So when you come from the city, you pay attention to shit like that.
Like I'm just saying, since we've been here, there's been movement in the bushes over there, and over there. I'm just saying.
And then he goes, oh, yeah. Herman says, have you encountered wildlife? He goes, bears, wolves, foxes, deer, moose. Like, Herman and I look at each other like, do we really want to get into this cell tower shit?
Telling you.
But you just have to be prepared. That's
they got black bear season, right, in Jersey?
Yes, it is. It is. Mm-hmm.
All kind of crazy
in Jersey, but now it's opening up, Herman. They only had it for archers at first. Now it's opening up for bucks for slug shot.
I'm good.
You can go in with a gun if it fires a single slug shot.
I'm good.
Listen, I'm good too.
I don't
bear ain't do nothing to me.
I don't see the need for that.
Listen, the bear didn't do nothing to me, so I'm gonna leave the bears alone. But for you guys who like to hunt, I'm cool with that and everything. How much are the Air 3S batteries?
That's a good question.
More than likely. Do you have an answer for that? Because I'm guesstimating about 100 and change.
I'm going to see if I can find them.
Okay, because we did have a on topic. Hey, Chris, how are you, man? Jackson RC Aviation. But welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. If you haven't clicked the like button, please feel free to do so. Jim's Joning says he thinks about 155.
You think?
Lawrence, you just need to run out. Oh, oh shit, Barkley. So you see what Barkley put? Lawrence
159.
159. Barkley goes, Lawrence, you just need to outrun Herman when the bear charges you.
Not if I get in the car and lock the door.
Hey, Copper State, how are you? Good evening. Welcome to the stream. He said, not if you get in the car and lock the door. Listen, I know.
I don't care what the car looks like when I get to the main road, but I'm hitting the bear and I'm running his ass over.
Wow.
So the truck's going over him.
Oh, speed bump. Right? You do what you have to do. You do what you have to do. Aren't they doing what they have to do? I'm just saying.
Listen.
You don't have to maul me. We can get along. You can go that way, and I'll go the opposite direction. We good. But that mauling part, that's extra.
Or you just hit him with the bear spray.
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, Bear sprays over 25 feet. It sprays further than the DJI sensor can see. 10 battery, another Air 3S. Yes, 10 batteries, another Air 3S. You're right. You're right about that. Yes.
Yeah, the batteries are on the DJI online site. The
160.
$159. Yeah, 160. Just call it that. Yep. And the wide angle lens is $69. Yeah. So if you need all of those things, the car charger joint is another $79. What the hell is a 79? Why don't you just go with $80?
I know. So they can get that extra. They're gonna get it anyway.
The portable charger is was it $45?
Okay.
Got it all here on the DJI site. So if you need these things, you're looking for this drone, jump on it. We all know what's in the box, right?
Yeah.
We know what's in the box, right? If you get the fly ball, if you're interested in the fly ball,
it looks nice. It looks nice. You still don't get no power brick. There's no power brick in that.
Well, you can purchase it on the DJI site. That portable.
That's all right. I go to the store and get a 100-watt power brick. I'd be good.
Oh, okay. I saw it.
Yeah, the ND filters are available. You can get the ND filters. And you know what now? Excuse me, Herman, with these dual cameras, tri-cameras, what they've gotten rid of, something that we love, variable filters.
What happened?
Variable filters.
Oh,
I got an upcoming event alert here, Herman.
The what?
An upcoming event alert. I just got alerted about a live stream I will be on later on tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, but there's a few things happening out there in this drone industry.
Yeah, what's happening? Like what?
I mean, we talked about this. This was the big event yesterday. We know that, and we saw that, and we all witnessed it, and we just talked about it, right? So everybody is enjoying the drone, right? They're enjoying ordering their drone. Some people, I've seen things that people already got them. But the one thing that I did want to talk about is that not every time you get a chance to buy the brand new drone or the drones that everybody's been raving about coming out, and sometimes you might have had to wait a little while to get the drone that you wanted, or maybe even the action cam that you wanted.
Yeah.
But from what I'm looking at now, there are great deals on the gear you love with 17% off on the Osmo Action 4, not the 5, but 4. So if you're interested, here we got this. Right here. So we got 17%, save 17% on the Osmo Action 4 standard combo for $249. You know what I mean? So if you scroll through that launch, you'll see they have the standard combo for $249. You will see also at 14% off until October 28th, the Osmo Mobile 6.
Yeah.
And if you scroll all the way down on this thing, because they're giving away a lot of stuff here. Cool gifts. Yeah, check this out. The DJI Mini 4 Fly More combo plus, that's with the better batteries for $159. This is probably like the going rate for this thing. And they also have the regular Fly More combo with the regular batteries for $1,099. So, and I believe you get the free Mount Chomoloma t-shirt with that.
Yes, limited time, October 14th through November 2nd for the shirts.
So if you're still looking for a Mini to pick up, that Mini 4 Pro is still a little good.
Now, for you Mavic lovers out there who didn't jump on the Mavic bandwagon.
Yeah, that's the one. The Mavic is still there around. It's still a great drone. Believe me, You got 3 cameras here. The 4/3 sensor. Don't let people fool you with that 1-inch sensor being better. It just doesn't make sense. It's just, you know what I mean? If you know what you're doing with the camera, you can work this one here.
That's true.
Very well. And there's no one that has this drone is disappointed with it. So
you're right.
That's all I'm gonna say. Plus, you get a free sport water bottle with it. Why not? The DJI sport water bottle. You know, and they got all the gimbals galore on sale. And you know what? I was checking out this thing, Lawrence, because with these gimbals, you get the free DJI double pocket T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, you know, but though I was checking this sale out, and up until today, I think just today they removed it. They had the power
bank.
Yeah, the Power 1000 and on the other one on there, and it was actually $100 off. So you can get it for $599, and now it's back to the $699.
Okay.
1,000. And you know, I'm wondering when it's going to go back to its original price of $1,000.
Yeah, you're right. It maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I'm looking at this. If you just get the Neo by itself, it's $289.
Mm-hmm.
That's the price of a Mini 4.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. If you check it out and you go deep into this,
yeah,
this gets good when you get down to the refurbished stuff. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, here,
some of the big dog daddy stuff there for the, you know, for discounted price. And if you click on it, I'm quite sure you're going to see something you like.
That's true.
Because if I clicked on there to see what else they had, and
this is what I want right here, the mic system.
See the bottom where it says the click on for more to view
all official refurbished.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
it takes you to the refurbished page.
Right. Scroll down. Boom.
Ooh. Avata 2 refurbished. For you guys that went out there and paid over $1,000, you can get a refurbished Fly More combo with 3 batteries for less than $1,000. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, yo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's a fan.
Wow.
He's a fan.
Interesting. See, you notice I moved away from it. I feel better now. But for less than $1,000, yo, that's a steal.
Hey, we're back.
How much did these guys pay for their Fly More combos? Was it about $1,100, $1,200?
I'm not sure.
$1,100, $1,200, if I'm correct. All right. What else we got here?
Well, I don't know.
We still have these minis. This is the steal. Herman, hold on. This is steel. Herman, this is still a steal. The Avata, the original Avata, $665, and you're in the world with your.
But how much is the Avata 2?
The Avata 2?
Yeah, how much was that one?
That's up here. That was the Avata 2 was $959
for 3 batteries.
With 3 batteries, and this one is
brand new. That is $1,199. Is down from 14.
So 12 down from 14. Holy crap! Wow. And then you have the Avata. Now there's nothing wrong with the Avata.
Oh no,
you got to keep up with the Joneses. Now here's the Avata Pro View. I don't know what the difference is. I'd have to look at the specs, but Herman, I might be getting an Avata for Christmas.
Okay.
Serious. Why not? Look, it's $700. I'll take the old shit. Listen. You'd be a fool not to. Look, we have the the classic. I paid a lot more for my classic than $1,025. This year they're gonna be selling.
I don't even get into it.
Huh?
I don't even really get into it because what you spend
goes.
Getting it first.
Look, I'm gonna post it in the chat. You guys have been looking at a lot. I haven't even been able to see the chat. Sitting here mouth watering.
I'm telling you the deals, man.
You're right. Eldon's right. $1,300 with insurance.
the deals, man. The deals get better and better.
Jean, how are you? Hold on. I didn't see. Tammy Jean is here.
Hey, where is she? Wait.
How are you, Tammy? I just happened to look up and catch her.
Hold up.
Hold on.
You telling me Tammy Jean is here?
Yes, Tammy Jean is here. So she gets.
Wait a minute. I know. She had to be officially announced. She's here. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm glad. I'm glad you decided to pop in, Tammy. We appreciate you stopping by. You guys, if you haven't clicked that like button, do it and get it out the way. I was by your stream, Tammy. I was lurking in the cut because sometimes you go into the chat and if you say hello one time, you have to say hello 20, 25 more times after that, and it becomes. I was lurking. I'll admit I was at your stream for a little bit, and I think I did say hello, and you was like, "Hey, Lawrence," and then after that I went back to lurk mode. It's good to actually sit back and watch another live stream and sit there and have a drink and eat dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying, Herman?
No.
But tonight I'm going to be on Bill's Coast to Coast stream.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, Lawrence, jump on that OG Avata. Is a strong frame and good drone, especially for that price. Angel, for Christmas, I may be getting an Avata.
I thought so too. I mean, let's be for real on
now.
that.
Here's a question for you guys who have that Avata headset there. Quick question: does it? What is all of this stuff? RC1. Oh, all of this stuff popped up about RC1 combo. Oh, is everything I clicked on? Question for you guys who have the Avata 1: will those goggles work with the O3 air unit? Because that's most crucial. If I have to rebind it to the O3 air, I don't care about that. But if anyone out there knows if the Integra goggles work with the O3 air unit, that would be most crucial, because if so, then I won't have to carry two sets of goggles, being that I'm on the O3 unit and using ELRS. That would be my first totally DJI system, Herman.
Well,
what? Because I'd have the little joystick controller thingy.
Jump on it.
It does. It does work with the O3 air unit. Thank you, Angel. Thanks. Yeah, something tells me for Christmas,
get it.
Daddy's getting a new toy.
Uh-oh, look out.
First, I got to inspect a few more cell towers, and I'll get back to you.
How much was that thing?
600 and change. Just a tower. There's one tower to cover it. But if I want insurance and things like that, and accessories and filters, maybe a tower and a half. I don't know.
How are you going to split the tower in half?
Well, one day I could be doing a mapping and then
doesn't work
halfway through.
Doesn't work that way.
I know. The V2 also work. Oh, wait, I have V2 goggles. Wait a minute, you're telling me these goggles will work with the Avata right here, guys?
On the crane, they can't see.
So I don't have to buy another pair of goggles because these are the V2. This is not refurbished, Angel. These are not refurbished.
Oh boy, here we go.
My first Phantom was refurbished. I spent $800. Was it $800? No, $600. It was $600 for my first Phantom. It was a Phantom 4 Standard, and then I got a Phantom 4 Pro.
You remember when the Phantom hoarding was going on? Okay, when the Phantom hoarding was going on, and the Phantom went up to $1,700 and $1,800. Do you know that the what do you call it was like 13, 14 for a refurbish?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. And people complaining about what they're paying for drones now. But you're right. When you said you got into the drone game, if you didn't have $1,500, you wasn't flying DJI.
Nope.
And that was the start, because that was just the start.
It's just a,
we're not talking filters. The kit you brought was what, about $2,000, because you had everything, filters, everything, right?
That was way over 2,000.
Okay.
Drone World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Those won't work because they're yellow and black.
Oh,
Scott. That's my construction. Those are my construction goggles, man.
What's the color got to do?
Construction site, they feel a little more comfortable. They're like, hey, his goggles, they kind of look dirty.
Well, what's the color got to do with
it? I don't know. Scott has some, I don't know. Scott's allergic to yellow jackets or something. I don't know. A refurbished from DJI is like getting a new drone. I know. I brought my Air 2S refurbished and it is brand new. Yes, Angel. That's exactly it. That's exactly
That's
it.
why I tell guys you can save a couple of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we missed a sponsor, 6 o'clock sponsor.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
They'll be all right.
They will be. I mean, they're not going anywhere. Oh, where they going?
True.
They going anywhere?
No.
All right.
You can use them with the Avata 1 or the Avata 2. Important part is matching up compatible goggles and controller. Well, Tammy Jean, I'm flying ELRS on anything that's 03. That Avata would be the first time I have a full DJI system. I'd use the little dongle thingy. I would have to, because I'm not buying a radio for it.
He wants to get bougie now.
I'm not buying a radio for it.
He wants to drive something that has all of the features and stuff. You know how some cars, the headlights move when you turn. He wants to get into that world of droning. Now when it comes
hey, I'm a little old getting into it, but hell, for $655 refurbished, brand spanking new, I'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it. Why not? What the hell?
Okay.
Hey, we appreciate you, Scott. Scott says, I love those guys, Phantom Flight 101. We do appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Scott. But you know what, Lawrence, I wanted to mention to you, and we kind of tipped and talked about this a little bit.
We missed a sponsor.
Yeah, I know. I want to get to it. But I did want to mention to you that, there's some other drones out there that, that is out there to talk about, So
right.
We'll get back to that after a word from our sponsor. Dronadeer. For those of you who are Part 107 and looking to scale your operations, if you want to get out and concentrate on flying and leave the work to somebody else, Dronadeer is for you. You can build a website. You have bookkeeping, record keeping, all of that stuff going on right here on Dronadeer. Book all your appointments, find new clients. They even have tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. Dronadeer, that's for you.
Okay. Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
So what's going on there, Lawrence?
Not a whole lot. I'm thinking about that damn Avata. I know that.
Okay.
That refurb on that Avata.
Well, you better jump on that before everybody else jumps on it. Ain't no more left, because like I told you, the power bank, the 1,500 was on that sales list.
Right, and they took it off.
They took it off today. So we know the DJI released that Air 3S, and like I mentioned to you, some people think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's the best drone out there. But they say that about every new drone that comes out. But how is it? Like I said, some people feel that the best drone is the next drone. And there was some stuff that came out on the some leaks that dropped on the Mavic 4. And I think that everyone in the world went nuts and was wondering, what about this Mavic 4? What about this Mavic 4? Because you know, Igor, we know from Quadro News.
Hey, Alex. Thanks.
On September 21st, right? He had he had put out a picture and talking about this him, and I think Jasper also jumped on it, and then Osita, when they had showed
the different lenses.
Right, they showed it with the two cameras, the Lumix and the other camera. They had them all taped together to try to
and the Mavic 3 Pro on the bottom.
Right, to try to capture the same photo to test the different cameras and I guess what they were doing with it. But we had also mentioned that talking about this thing with the Mavic 4, he mentioned this and made hints of it back on the 19th of July with this talking about a new gimbal system. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we saw it. It was a video of it, of them playing with the camera that it broke. I guess it had a crash with this thing. And the caption was this new gimbal. So I mean, there's been a lot of hints about this Mavic 4. But then going back to September 28th, and you remember, was it Jasper Ellens? He dropped something that, everybody was quite taken with, because he had said that he was positive that this was the FCC registration
for the Mavic 4.
Right, for the Mavic 4.
And 14.76 for
and he mentioned about there being a bigger battery, because it's in here. If you look at the specs, it talks about the battery.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. 6,471 milliamps. That's a big battery.
But now it also talks about the firing of 2 drones. So we know that there was
Hey, Leonard.
The SIN version, right? What they had, and they had the regular version, or was it the Pro version, or whatever they have with this thing,
right?
But what does interest me on this, and he also mentioned that, because according to Drone DJ, they confirm that this is the FCC registration. And in spite of the fact that DJI has not confirmed this drone yet, and we know that they really don't do that.
They're right. They let everyone else tell what to do.
Right, they let the leaks come out of the leaks, so they want to call it leaks that they push out, and they let the community speak on it and build a hype about it. But they also mentioned that the JV 31 and the JV 32 is expected to come with a 99.5 watt-hour battery, which is a 6,471 milliamp hour battery.
That's a big battery, and because it's 14 point something volts, that's a 4-cell battery. That's a big 4-cell battery.
Well, you remember with the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro, you're jumping up from a 77 watt-hour battery to, which is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So,
which means bigger battery, more time.
Maybe.
To break that 46-minute mark. I can see them going as high as 48.
Maybe because of features. Things on the drone itself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everybody had their time and everybody had their moment, and they started speculating on what's to be on this drone. And now we don't really have to speculate much because the Air 3S dropped. So we know that you're going to see what's on that and more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had mentioned earlier on social media, I was talking with someone that there's a strong possibility if the Air 3S has LiDAR, The Mavic 4 might also.
Once again, I go back and I reiterate what I said, that we don't have to speculate much anymore, because whatever we saw in the Air 3S is going
to come out on it
Mavic 4 and more.
Yep.
Because you were asking about the 3 parameters of the camera. So you got your shutter speed, your aperture, and what?
Exactly. What's not on the Air 3S, that flexible aperture. And like I said, someone mentioned it earlier, and I forgot. I was so busy going ooh and ah over the LiDAR. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but you have shutter speed, aperture, and ISO on this camera.
Yeah.
On the Mavic cameras.
Yes, true.
Same as the Phantom camera.
Not the Air. There's no Air that has ever come out with the flexible aperture. It's always been fixed.
And you know what else I like about what they did now? Because it wasn't that way before. The Fly app, you weren't able to you couldn't priority the camera like you did. So like I can go shutter priority, aperture priority, ISO priority.
Right.
You couldn't do that before. You couldn't work the little nuances of the camera in the Fly app until we started complaining about it not being
right. How limited it was. Exactly. Right. How limited. And we're talking professionals that take these cameras on vacation, or influencers that say, hey, why can't we do this? Why isn't this feature here?
Well, like I said, and the problem with the whole thing is, and this is a thing that's consistent throughout the drone community. When we start talking about these drones, which drone is the best one? The next one. So now the Air 3S is the ultimate travel camera, right? Until
the Mavic 4 comes out. If it's the Mavic 4, and hold on, I want to bring up a point, and Herman, you helped me come to this conclusion, but check this out, guys. DJI has a problem with going past the number 3. The last time there was a 4 of anything, it was the Phantom 4.
The past 4, except with the action cameras.
Right. But as far as drones,
cameras to the point of 5, but
but as far as drones, Herman, if they do come out with that Mavic 4, who's to say? Now they've changed the whole architecture of the camera. We see it's a dome,
and that's only on the consumer.
Yeah. So
everything else is one and done.
Angie, how are you,
Angie? I think Angie's back in Texas now.
I know she's been taking some killer photos of those mountains at different water levels and stuff. See, coming from the city, I would like to fly stuff like that or see that in person.
It all depends on where you got to go to catch it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not trying to go to the desert either, or Death Valley.
How far off the main road into the woods?
Good. She just got home. Good, Angie. We're glad you safe travels. Good. Glad you're there. You made it safely.
How far into the woods do we got to walk to be able to get these shots?
Oh, no. If I can't fly there for about 30 seconds, I'm too close. Because, see, with me and flying the woods, I need to be able to see and hear the branches breaking as whatever it is running out of the woods towards me, which would give me enough time to pick up a 45 or a long barrel and aim it at whatever's coming out of the woods.
That's like when guys always say, like, I don't know how you guys fly over water. I was nervous to fly over water. You will break that real quick here in New York, because
in New York is all surrounded by water.
Get the shot that you want, you can't take off from over here.
That's true. And I know a lot of people, Herman, that were
you gotta have to learn how to take off from over here, put it up over the water, and get your picture and turn around and come back.
Yep. Scott says, get about 10 feet above the flames and see what happens. Oh. For John says only crazy people fly their drones over fires. Well, if you want those volcano shots and things like that, sometimes you got to take the risk because that lava pop up and touch anything on your drone, it's done.
Yeah, but if the lava can pop up and touch your drone, it'll melt it while you're flying by it.
You're right. It's definitely too hot.
The heat is too hot already.
And I've come to the conclusion you cannot use regular standard props. You'd have to use something like carbon fiber props just to make it that far, because the regular gelatinous props that we use, because that's what they're called. Well, that's how I see them. These shits right here would melt before you got close enough. These would melt. These little flimsy shits, they'd be like poof. Your shit would go down. So I burned up my Mini 3 Pro novice.
I'm out here with 50 drones. I'm trying to get shots of this volcano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The best shots are the ones that went down.
We're transmitting the video footage straight.
Mm-hmm. We're recording it live because this is a one-way trip. Kamikaze. You know the heat. Thank you for enjoying the road life, but back home, unfortunately, traveling is over until April. She says, you say unfortunately, Angie, why should it be unfortunately? You should be glad to be back home. Say what's up to mom. You know, I'm sure you miss your fellow employees.
Until April. You just traveling and visiting. Oh,
you come to New York in April? Huh? You come to New York in April?
Always trying to invite people to New York, like New York is the place to be.
Well, I'm just saying. Signal is strong over water. Sometimes, Jack.
It depends on what.
I'm messing with you. What happened, Herman?
It depends on your antennas.
It does. It does.
Just stay up high.
Oh, my bad. But why was I under the impression she had left mom's in Texas and went?
I don't know.
See, I'm not a good listener. Herman will tell you that. I'd be sounding like I'm listening to you. At least I admit it. Good morning. Feet on the ground. Good morning, Rob and Sue over in Australia. It's 6:20 a.m.
Like, you know, like a lot of the guys that come into the chat, right? There's some very good drone pilots. Like we got Barkley. Barkley's a very good drone pilot, great drone pilot. Ask him, he'll tell you.
He is. He is a good drone pilot. I just like how you said, ask him, he'll tell you. And he will agree. Oh, you were by yourself the first month. See, I know I wasn't losing it. Thank you, Angie, for clearing that up.
He's losing it, Angie. Don't worry about it.
Preheat at 350. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but at least they're having a good conversation in the chat.
But you know that too, Scott, right? Barkley is a very good drone pilot. He'll tell you, ask him.
Wow, I'm really hungry now.
Whoa. Lawrence.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? Your man Jasper, it's like I don't know, he seems to be on everything. Like what
Jasper is on point.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's new from Jasper? I mean, I was checking out and I was like, say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, goggles N3.
Yeah, Jasper jumped on it. He was on it hard.
New goggles, guys.
And then I think I seen your man Igor kind of boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's going on. It's going on because he kind of jumped in and kind of said his little 2 cents thing in there.
Well, I liked it just by looking at these, Herman. I like the fact that they've added the extra foam on to compensate for those of us out there who have big dome pieces that have big heads. Yeah. The light leakage was coming in. And I want to go into
Can I say thing first before you go into
Sure.
Because I think that thing that you sent me wasn't for these goggles. I think that was for the goggles that were introduced with the Neo.
Yes.
But I wanted to also tell you, but these goggles, your man Jasper tweeted today that the goggles, the goggles N3, they're supposedly starting with the Neo and the
Avata 2.
Right.
Yes.
So I guess every drone now is going to be compatible with these things.
This is the first set of goggles that are compatible. Well, no, they're not. First set of new goggles that are compatible with OcuSync 4.
Right.
So does this mean something new?
No, because the 3s you can fly with the Avata.
You can fly the 3s now, but the first this is the first full system on OcuSync 4. The other ones they made bless you. The other ones they made adaptable through firmware, which is what people wanted.
Yeah, but the 3s were introduced when when they were talking about the new drone, wasn't it?
What? Repeat that.
The 3s, the goggles 3.
Yes.
Was introduced with the latest drone, right?
Yes, they were.
So those are fairly new goggles.
Yeah, but for them to come, I'm going to get to the point. I think they were ready to come out with another FPV bird.
You think so?
I think shortly after the new year, they'll be ready to come out with a new FPV bird, and that's why they're introducing these goggles.
Okay.
Because unless these goggles play everything from OcuSync 4 back to OcuSync 3 and include the O3 Air unit,
right?
I don't see why anyone would have a purpose to buy them if you have the older goggles that work on the new stuff.
I hear you. Listen.
Hey Gary, what's up?
DJI happens
they will be compatible for about 6 months until the next thing comes up. You're right, Gary.
DJI happens to have a set of fans that, like I said to you before, the next one is the best one. And that's been the theme. Are these necessary? Maybe not. I mean, you got a set of goggles that work on this portion. You got another set of goggles that work on this portion. And then you got another set of goggles that work on an overlap of the both portions. So, I don't know. Now you got a new set of goggles coming out on top of the new ones.
Yeah.
You got a new set that came out, and now you got a new set coming out. When, we don't know. We just saw the goggles for the first time. We've got these tweets on the goggles. There may be new stuff coming out on the goggles right now as we speak. Who knows?
Yeah, but, you're right. You're right about that.
Gonna kill ourselves?
Huh?
Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna kill ourselves with goggles now?
Well, think about it. You have the ones that must have the newest and the latest. Then you have the ones that are happy with their stuff but are willing to upgrade reasonably. Then you have the ones that, like me, are waiting for all you guys to sell your shit so I can use the old stuff.
Okay.
So they're covering all. Jack says, Scott says he's confused. You have right to be. DJI has been doing this to us for how long now?
He's confused. They just got
to flood. Herman, you said it yourself. They're going to flood the market within the next 2 years.
Until this is decided what we're going to do here in the United States. Are we going to
Gary says he's still pissed about his obsolete RT Pro. Gary, it's not obsolete as long as you stay on OcuSync 3. Now, as far as flying anything new,
buy a Mavic 3 Pro.
Or a Mavic 3 Classic. Yeah.
What about a Pro? You got 3 cameras now. You can knock yourself out.
True. I understand Gary's point.
I'm starting to believe, and this is the thing, and here's my take on it. You're not going to tell me that you can't make the RC Pro compatible with these drones, and I'll tell you why. Because you found a way to make the RC N2 compatible with all 3 levels of the drone.
So it's software.
So tell me how you can do that with that controller. That thing is flying what? Neos and everything else that's out there, right?
Scott says he has 4 pair that don't work with anything anymore. 4 pair of what, Scott? Don't say goggles. Good idea, Jim. Use them for Halloween. Yeah. 4 pair of what? Huh?
4 pair of anything is not good to have that don't work with nothing.
Goggles.
How you got so much goggles that don't work with
anything? I think Jack is still analog. I'm not sure. Jack. I mean Scott. Yeah, Jack Rabbit. I'm not sure. I know he's switching over. Oh, that's right, Jack. I'm gonna hit Scott up.
What he got? What do you got? A set of fat sharks?
I think Scott is getting ready to switch to ELRS though, because if he wasn't, I have some Crossfire stuff that I'm looking to like give away to someone who's still flying Crossfire.
There you go.
So if you spread the word, I'm willing to ship some things. I'm willing to ship some things here in the United States. Unfortunately, that'll keep it local and affordable. But unless you cover shipping outside of the United States, I have some. Huh?
Why are you not flying Crossfire anymore?
Why am I not flying Crossfire anymore? Because I finally upgraded the ELRS. Crossfire, the modules vary anywhere. For one module, it varies anywhere from $40 to about $60. Now with ELRS, for that same 40, I can get 2 receivers.
Okay.
And better distance and telemetry.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I brought this box right here.
So you like the fact that when you go to your dealership and sit down and wait, they got coffee and snacks there. So you're just looking at the wall.
And a putting green. And my boy, he's the Mercedes. He has a Mercedes. They have that at the dealership for Mercedes.
That's the only thing good about going to the dealership. But then they try to upsell you because they put all the rims and everything and out there. That's not in your car.
Crossfire is the way. I must admit, I've never had a fail safe with Crossfire, but ELRS, it's expensive. It's getting expensive.
Scott Control, he's bougie now. Scott Control, he's bougie now. You can't tell him nothing.
But hold on, Herman. I spent on my Crossfire module alone, and we're not talking receiver, $150, $160. Then I had to spend $30 to $40 for each receiver that I put into the drone with antenna. I got this receiver from Radio Master here, this piece right here from Radio Master with 3 receivers for $80. Okay, 2 of them had antennas.
Does that make them better, or does that make them just cheaper?
Cheaper, more cost effective, open source. We're going to talk about that later on tonight.
We're throwing around big words, open source.
But I am looking. Oh, and I still have the module for Crossfire. I never updated it. So when everyone updated it and they got bumped down to 1 watt, I still have the 2 watt joint.
Talking about open
you can stick a hot dog in the end and it'll start cooking.
I forgot to get my water today.
It's that time for a sponsor.
I don't even have the open source. You're talking about water.
Sky Control says he probably flies with both pinkies out.
Yeah, like this, right?
Oh no, you guys are funny.
I can see it now, though.
See. I was thinking about sending some Crossfire shit to Hawaii, but that's across the water now. I forgot about you. I forgot you fly Crossfire, man. We're gonna see. I'm gonna have some Crossfire shit to give away. Nice. Definitely. I'm gonna hit up some people on Facebook on DM, and I'll be like, "Yo, This is what I have. If you want it, you're more than welcome. I have crossfire receivers, nano receivers with the Immortal T antennas. People who fly ELRS close the refrigerator with their hips. He got jokes. Yo, kick him out the room, man. He got jokes now. I've never heard that one. That's a good one. Oh shit! People who fly the ELRS close the refrigerator. You know that's you can't say the word. But I'm gonna say it anyway. See, that's fat bastard mode because your hands are too damn full. They close it with your hands. Oh no!
With that, Lawrence, I ask you a question. Have you ever dropped your drone, or has your drone ever tumbled down the stairs?
Not down the stairs.
We'll put it in a hard case. And if you want it in a hard case, this 10% off from Nanook on all Nanook products. Phantom Flight 10. Use that as your coupon code. If you're looking to protect your drone, firearms, watches, gimbals, anything you need to protect, they can make a case for it. Nanook for 10% off. Use Phantom Flight 10.
He said, close the refrigerator with my hips.
You got all,
I did it this morning. I did it this morning. I had eggs and shit in my hand. I did it this morning. That's why.
What's so funny about that? I don't know if he was calling you a fat bee, but or he was saying you got your hands full.
I did it this morning, bro. Eggs in one hand, butter and stuff. Oh goodness.
Yo, you know it's funny how things get misinterpreted by different sayings. I'm gonna go way back on you. You remember Let's Do It Again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You remember when they was interviewing what was the fighter's name? Farnsworth.
Yeah.
They were interviewing him. They asked him, well, how's his love life? And his manager jumped in. And he goes, how's his love life? How's his love life? Let's just say he's got his hands full.
Yeah.
They just don't get interpreted right when you don't use the right wording.
Yeah, so you're right.
You close the fridge with your hips.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Bill said who hasn't closed the fridge with their hips in your lifetime?
He sounded like he was trying to call you fat.
That's okay. No, he's good. Everything's cool. He got jokes. He got a good one on me tonight. I wait and pray like a lion ready to pounce.
You know what I'm thinking about, Lawrence?
What's that?
Going back and buy some more stocks.
More stock.
Yeah,
more stock. You know what? Stock. Since you said that, I'm going.
Well, the drone community, the drone industry is building, and you should. If I'm not going to be able to be out there flying like I want to, I might as well.
Look, all I can say is right here. I'm trying to show it. What it's not going to show. It's not going to show the screen, but if you see right there, everything's green. Let's see. We have E-Hang, Lilium, Archer, Jobby, and GoPro, and they're all in the green.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh, excuse me.
But you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Uh-oh, look at him. Don't do that. You might lose a watch.
Oh, stop. I'm not getting rid of any of my watches.
No, Lawrence, ooh. Wow. A new set of goggles, new drone, another drone that I don't think that we're gonna see that Mavic 4 before the year is over. I could be wrong.
I don't see it coming until after the new year also.
You don't think there'll be more hints around November-ish?
No,
No.
But if they did,
Mhm.
it would probably be a video of them looking down on it. You know
Mhm.
how they do to make it look like they're spying on someone. One of those type videos while they're doing
The same quick
R&D.
on a rock.
Yeah, right, exactly. I could see that. But after the New Year, think about it. They have a habit of coming out with something between May and April-ish.
Okay.
Usually around May and April, they come out with something, whether it be a mic, a toothpick, what. DJI usually comes out, starts the year out around between May and April.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. As far as
So you think that all of the stuff like that controller that everyone was talking about coming out, you think that'll be out before or around the same time?
I think around the same time. That was just a teaser, that controller.
But they had it was an FCC listing for the database. So
We've seen an FCC
listing. But then the Mavic 4 has a FCC database listing
exactly, too. Exactly. But by then you would have forgotten about the FCC database.
Well, we know it's there, so we know it's coming.
Right. So now they don't have to apply. They can drop it anytime they want now. So you just you're dropping now the Air 3S. You're dropping the Air 3S right now. So, okay, you're guaranteed 4 months before 3 months before.
So my thing is this. So why not file for an FPV? Why not file for another? Just add some features that you can shoot for.
They've done a lot this year.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to come out this year.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see.
Licensing approval.
Yeah, I get it. I see what you're saying. In that point, yes. Let's see what happens.
I don't know how that's all going to play out. Well, no, we'll see.
Those goggles were just that image of those goggles were just leaked today.
Yes.
Okay. So and they made it very clear that those goggles will only work with the Neo and the Avata 2. Now we all know with a little software upgrade, yes. With a little software upgrade, I noticed they got rid of the record button on it. With that upgrade, let's see where they go. And here's something I want to point out over my V2 goggles that I still have, and people who have brought the Integra and the Neo 3s, they have a problem with range.
You see what the antennas are now?
What happened?
Do you see what the antennas are now?
Yes, on the sides.
And they fold down.
Sides, yes.
On the side, and sleep.
Right, but like I had mentioned, like it could go into a slick case. Like I had mentioned, the V2s that I have, because I can put a patch antenna on them.
Mm-hmm.
People say the V2s are still better for long distance than the new goggles. The new goggles don't have as much reach.
The only problem is that once again we get into now they have dropped the 3, and now you're talking about an N3. So I don't know. Let's see where they go with this.
True.
I'm waiting to see what happens with it. I'm waiting to also see what's going on with this. So eventually this will come
right now. This DJI RC Plus 2, that will be the radio that flies everything on OcuSync 4. I see that happening. I think that's where they're going.
Well, the RCN2 does that.
Yeah, I know. But this Plus 2 might mean it has internal storage, which means you can download third-party apps for mapping and things. You understand? Or to do 3D mosaics, something.
For which drone?
Or I could see it go. Well, now that it has a wow, you know what? Yeah, damn. Never mind. They don't have anything out yet.
No, but I'm just saying that you want a map.
The Enterprise. Yeah.
This is where you start, and then you go up from here.
True. So now, so you think they're going to do the same thing?
Well, you start with the Phantom 4 Pro, and then it's this, because this will do it a little faster.
Oh, see, Jim Groening says he thinks the Plus 2 is for Enterprise series.
And that's why I was saying that to you, because I'm looking at Enterprise drones. I'm looking at where they're going with this control. I'm like, I'm waiting to see, because
that was so. You think they're going to introduce an Enterprise series now?
I don't know.
What plugs in top right? On the top right is a Type C. Can you pull that picture back up of the goggles?
Yeah, the
top right is a USB. It's a Type C USB, and then the micro SD card is on the left slot there. So they've moved it from the bottom of the goggles and put it on the top. That right, I'm guessing there is no more external battery.
Okay.
Because that USB is either to offload data, which it always had an SD card right next to it. What's that?
The goggles are getting bigger again.
You have to.
I always told you that the box goggles back then were some of the better goggles.
No, right there, Sky Control. Those two top eyes that look like eyes are vents, but in the very front, dead middle in the front there's a USB Type C and a micro SD card. Then you have your enter button and your back button. They got rid of the record button like on the V2s that I have.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thanks. But you're right. These are bigger than the last two pair that came out.
Interesting. Lawrence, the Vertical Flight Society, they have announced the RFP for its 2024-2025 student drone competition. Now they request for proposal. The deadline for students to submit a letter of intent to compete is October 30th.
Okay.
Now, let me give you a little bit of information on this Flight Society's student drone competition. These are, you remember we talked about college students, and a couple of years back when Tom was still on the show with us, talking about Lane Child giving these grants to these colleges that have UAS studies and stuff like that.
Right.
Students. Well, this is a competition where college students are going to design, build, and compete with their own drones.
Nice.
For competition, for prizes. And the thing about this thing here is what makes it so great, like I said, is that this is all done by college students that are in the aviation field. They are going to design their own drones, build their own drones, and they have to do a demonstration with their drones.
Right. Autonomously at that.
Exactly. The deadline, like I said, to submit is October 30th, to the end of this month. Now, those who will be competing on the week of, or that are chosen to compete in this competition with the teams, which will be as far as March 17th, 2025. Teams that are or competing in, like I said, the fly-off. Right. That will take place during April 8th through the 11th of 25.
Okay.
So this is something to aspire for as a college student. You and a couple of college students can get together, design your own drone.
Yeah, like this one is 3D printed.
And demonstrate what your drone can do.
Right. And it's a simple contest. They want you to be able to perform certain functions. Mm-hmm. I will share the video. They want you to be able to perform certain functions, and one of them has to be able to deliver a package accurately. whether it be using a drop system or land and tether system. I mean, not land and tether, a stop and tether system.
Yeah. Now that's interesting.
And it's got to be able to do it autonomously. So you figure you have to be able to take off from a home point with and fly an autonomous mission, then come back and fly that same mission, I'm guessing, with a package, a payload that you can drop and stuff like that.
So this is not a competition for those who found out about it this year and decided I wanted to get into this competition.
Oh no, these people are already established, these guys.
Right. They've already been working on these projects and they're saying that now we're ready.
Right. So you can follow though and see where they're going, because more and more schools are actually taking on students. We have Aviation High School here, which is teaching drone technology now in New York City. You know, so that they have colleges where people are doing this. It does sound like fun. I agree, Angie. But you know, to be able to create a drone, to build a drone, to fly autonomously a mission, and drop a package off and come back. It sounds like they're looking for the next engineers of the future.
Well, if we don't start now, we won't have anything.
Well, you're right. You're right. We're already behind technology-wise.
We're already behind in this technology. You know, if we wanted to, if it was about tractor equipment, we're right there. You know what I mean?
Right. Or lawnmowers, right?
Right. That's what we're talking about. We're right there. Not with this.
This is true. This is true. The technology's there. These guys are using foam to. If you look at the video, you'll see these aren't designed drones. Some of them they've molded with their hands and use foam and stuff to build these drones. Like there's one drone in there that the vertical takeoff that I showed in the beginning, where the guy goes and says we had to trim our drone down because it was overweight. Because they want a 10-pound. The drone cannot weigh more than 10 pounds with batteries.
Whoa.
Yeah, with batteries. Can't weigh more than 10 pounds. And the guy actually trimmed the drone down, and he said we're the first to be 0.1% under the limit. So if it was 10 pounds, we're looking at 9 point whatever it is, 99. And that just that 1% keeps it within limits and stuff. But hey, ray of sunshine. Hope all is well. I think it's good. We're starting to see schools take the initiative to teach, and kids are learning from other countries. Hey, they have drone programs around the world. Why can't we have the same thing here?
Well, I mean,
you're right. I just said that. Sounds like the government looking for interns.
We do. It's trickling in. It's trickling in. It's trickling in.
Yeah. So, and they coming right out of college too. You could see Lilium or one of these companies, EHang, snatching these kids up.
Sure, because I mean, if they need them, I can see one of these kids' design being snatched up by a company to. I shouldn't call them kids, young men and women. Their designs being taken on by the next company that has the capital to bring it to market.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So good luck to now. I want to point out something. The Vertical Flight Society is a helicopter club. And I want you to know the American Helicopter Society has been around since 1943. They were first called the Vertical Flight. Well, no, they're called the American Helicopter Society in 1943. Now they've changed their name to the Vertical Flight Society. And then they are a non-for-profit society for engineers, scientists, and other people working on vertical flight technology, eVTOLs, etc.
Right.
And they want to point out it doesn't. The power source doesn't matter. The Vertical Flight Society, the leader in vertical flight, electrical flight, hydrogen flight developments. They want to see and hear it all. You're right. They're looking for new engineers for the future. That's a good way to do it, though. Get in while Get in while the getting's good, while people can still offer. While these jobs are available and it's still high paying. It's not like here in New York where Herman and I, in order to show up at a job site, we get anywhere from $100 to $150 just to show up, not even to pull out a drone, just to show up. But you have people in New York to say, "Gook, I'll do that for $70." And we don't want that. We don't want that in the evolution of drones and things like. You want people to go in there who know what they're doing and not going to underbid a person.
If you now get caught up in paying that permit fee, right? You're going to do it $70. So now you just now pay.
No, right there that tells you they're flying illegally.
For this guy's work to get done.
Right, you're gonna put a $1,500 drone up in the air, and in our case, if we're using the Enterprise, a $5,000 drone for $70. Stop it.
About 3,000 change, roughly.
Okay, but stop it. Seriously, no, I don't think so. And you have people out there on the internet offering you to do work. Herman mentioned it on the last live stream. They want you to do work and map and have this file format and be able to produce this stuff within hours for $70. You got to be out your freaking mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the freaking one?
But here's something we want to talk about. We talked about this story years ago.
You know what I wanted to ask you, though, Lawrence?
Yeah.
About that? I mean, because I've been looking at it and it made no sense to me. And I did think about this because we did have the conversation when Tom was here. We went over this. And I wanted to ask you, what the hell is going on with this military bases being breached by drones? I'm seeing these stories, and I'm wondering if these are not the stories that go all the way back to 23 that being mentioned about some of the bases and silos and stuff like that. Was that the same thing?
From what I understand, yes, it is. From the first incident that happened in December 2023, U.S. General Mark Kelly witnessed multiple unidentified drones over Langley Air Force Base. Now, what was funny was the drones did not show up on radar. They were various different styles and shapes of drones, and some of them were estimated to be about 20 feet in length, and they moved at 100 miles per hour at altitudes of 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Now, the sightings usually happen around sundown. That was a story we did. They usually began 45 minutes after sunset and continued for 17 nights. And we did a story on this where people had lights, had video showing these drones flying over. But now, as of lately, Norfolk, Virginia, their naval station in Norfolk and their elite SEAL team are having this problem with drones flying over bases here on the East Coast. Now, my question is, with a country and with the military who can read a license plate from space and they can tell everything in the air, what frequency it operates on, how is this happening? Why is this happening? And how come they know nothing about it? Which I refuse to believe, because now they're starting to believe that it may be Russia or China involved, which I refuse to believe.
No, that's interesting, because I look at it as like, at what point do we call it a UFO?
Right. I agree with you. But now,
because if you're not picking this up on radar, you should be panicking. You should have shot that shit a long time ago if you can't pick it up on your radar.
I agree. And I can't see the chat right now because I want to make these valid points here. But in January, they thought they had found someone. The gentleman's name was Fen Yong Shi. He was a Chinese national and going to the University of Minnesota. He was caught flying a drone near a shipyard in Newport News, Virginia.
Okay.
And they thought he was part of that, but come to find out, after his drone got stuck in a tree and it fell into the hands of the FBI, revealing photos of naval vessels.
That it couldn't have been the 20-foot one?
It couldn't have been one of the 20-foot ones, but he was taking pictures of naval vessels and stuff during night. He insisted he was a hobbyist. They arrested him, and he pled guilty to doing 6 months in prison. Okay, so he pled guilty to flying because we all know you're not supposed to fly naval bases. They said
Hold on. What was he going to do all this time in jail for?
Well, supposedly you're not supposed to fly infrastructure, U.S. military bases, etc. They say his actions raised suspicions, but they came to the conclusion he had nothing to do with the swarms.
Is it geofence?
Some of them are, some of them are not.
So he was flying geofenced bases?
Yes. Some of them were, some of them are, but these particular ones that the swarms are flying over are geofenced.
No, understandable, but what I'm saying, this guy.
That particular base was geofenced that he was flying, yes.
Flying
over and taking near. He never flew over them, he flew near them.
So they were going to lock him up for nothing.
Listen, they got pictures of him taking pictures of ships and things like that. And according to this, the drone sighting underscores the growling challenge of defending against covert drones incursions on the U.S. soil. Now, see
why they'll never find out why that's going on?
Yeah.
Because you are too satisfied with guppies.
Hey, Corey, what's up?
That's the problem. They found one guy and they thought, oh, we got it. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, we have the answer to it, but they found out the technology that was in that drone was not even close to what were in the various drones that have been flying. Now, what's funny is, at 100 miles per hour, okay, we don't have anything in the FPV world that can fly at 100 miles per hour for miles on end at 3,000 to 4,000 feet.
See, but once again, how do you know that this thing is going 100 miles an hour for over a mile?
Because you can track it. And
you didn't get it on your radar.
But you're trying to obtain data on it, and you're not getting anything back. All they see are images, but whether it be sound or infrared or ultraviolet, whatever the hell they use, they could clock them at 3,000 to 4,000 feet at 100 miles per hour, and they could tell a couple of them were 20 feet in width, but they were various types of drones, all doing the same speed.
I get you. Warn it and shoot at it.
That's what they used to do back in the day.
No, that's what they still do.
Fire a shot across the bow of it.
Do that. Warn it. If it keeps moving, shoot it.
And they keep complaining that no, Jim, not aliens. They keep complaining that that when they send up a chase, when they send up something to chase them, they just seem to all scatter, which would make sense.
Shoot it.
Yeah, right. You can fire $1.5 million.
You shot a balloon now with a balloon. How much did you spend on that missile to shoot at the balloon?
Yeah. The $2 million missile, $3 million missile. Yeah.
Stop being a punk ass.
You're right. To shoot down a balloon. You're 100%. Some young dumb. Y'all are bugging out. Listen, it's that time, guys. I have to eat dinner and be on a Bill's Coast to Coast stream later on at 8:30.
Oh, well, I don't think anybody else is on until Bill.
Okay. All right. Maybe a Phantom 5. You wish.
Oh, here we go now.
We can't get past the Phantom 4 yet.
We can't get past 4.
We can't get past the Air 3S yet. The DJI might say, oh, you suckers thought we were coming out with a Mavic 4, introducing the new...
You know what I mean?
What will you all do? Ooh,
it'll have a 4th folding leg out.
Yeah, right. A leg to hold the camera, right? One to come out and hold the camera like that.
It'll be
anyway, it's that time, Herman.
4 legs folding out,
right?
With 5 and 6 in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. They added to 3 legs. Right. So now they add more legs. So now the drone, 2 more legs. It now looks like a bug, a frog and a bug.
Oh man, this is funny. This is I love talking about these things. No, but yeah, it was cool hanging out with you guys tonight, man, talking about these drones, talking about, you know, the stuff that's coming out, what we wishing for, what's expected with the you know, the Mavic 4, right?
Yeah.
And guys, order that Air 3S and enjoy it. Have fun with your Neos. You know, just knock yourself out the park.
Jody said, hold on. Jody says now Herman could get the Air 3S. You can send him one of those Phantoms.
Here we go. I'm not getting the Air 3S. I don't have a need for it. And I'll tell you this, mechanical shutters, you don't get those up.
Yeah. They're like gold.
Oh, sheesh. No, seriously, it was fun hanging out, and I appreciate you guys all. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Lawrence, anything you want to say? Other than...
No, be safe, fly safer.
And with that, and we'll see you next time with
those guys.
Good night, everyone.
Peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, good night.